Welcome to how to use the women-owned logo. We are going to be going over what the women-owned logo is, the background, and how you can use it in your company. I want to thank you all for joining. I see that Laura's on now, and I'm going to turn it over to her in a minute, and then we'll get started. So, how to use the women-owned logo. I'm going to go over a little bit about the women-owned logo, then Laura has some really great slides that we'll be able to share with you as well. So, about the women-owned logo. Any product that bears the women-owned logo is produced by a company that's owned and operated by a woman or women. They are certified by either the Women's Business Enterprise National Council, or WBENC in the U.S., or WEConnect International globally. So you have to be certified by one of those two entities to use the logo. And the idea of it is that it's created to bring consumer recognition of products. The goal of the new logo is to make sure consumers around the world are aware of great products from women-owned businesses. Now, this differs from other WeConnect International efforts because typically we want the corporation. So you get certified because you want to do business with a big corporation. And so this is a little bit different than your certificate or the seal of certification because it's letting consumers know that your company is women-owned. So why would you want to do that? The main reason that you want to do that is because 90% of consumers, as evidenced in a study by Walmart, 90% of consumers would actually go out of their way to purchase something made by a woman. They felt that women-owned goods and services are of a higher quality than those not made by women. So not only is this an effort to bring visibility to women-owned businesses and let people know about all the great things that women-owned businesses are doing, but it's going to help your products sell better as you sell to major retailers and others. So one question that people have asked me, is this only for Walmart suppliers? The answer to that is no, but some people may think that because Walmart did provide initial support for developing the logo. They're the ones that conducted the study about consumers, that 90% believe that goods from women would be of higher quality. But the intention is for the logo to be adopted widely across companies and industries. Another question is, if I'm a service-based business, can I use the logo? You absolutely can use the logo as a service-based business in your marketing materials and things like that. For the most part, this webinar will be geared toward product-based businesses and how both women-owned businesses and corporate members can use it, but the information will be valuable for service-based businesses as well because it's good for you to know how you can reach the people buying your services also. So it's good to keep in mind when we're talking about products, the same is generally true for service-based industries. And also the idea is that you can be creative. So we're going to give you some ideas today on how it's used, but then you will have an opportunity to get the logo, and then following the guidelines, you can also think of some creative ways that it can be done. So beyond Walmart, this is the WeConnect International corporate leadership. So all of these companies would recognize your WeConnect International certification. They certainly recognize WeBank certification, and they would recognize the women-owned logo. So, we are working with our corporate members to make sure that they position the women-owned logo on their products as well, and on the products that they buy from women business owners. So how do I get it? If you're WeBank certified, you contact Laura Rehbehn, who we're going to hear from in just a minute. And if you're WeConnect International certified, you can send email to logo@weconnectinternational.org. If you have questions about certification, You can always look on our website, WeConnectInternational.org. You can start the application there, and same thing for WBENC. You can start that application. So right now I'm going to share my desktop. So you can see Laura's slides here, and I'm going to turn it over to Laura. Except I don't know which, Laura, I actually don't know which one you are because I think you're a call-in user. So I'm going to see if you're the last person that dialed in. Laura, are you call-in user 7? No. Okay. Laura, I might ask you to just hang up and dial back in and see if you can connect via your computer, because then I'll be able to see which one you are, because right now I can't see which person you are. But I will share your slides, and if you have anything to add, you can either shoot me an email or dial back in with the computer so we can see you. So the women-owned logo, this is WBENC slides. These are Laura's slides that she put together, and they're amazing. So I'm going to show you a little bit about why is there a women-owned logo. We talked about this. So not only would female consumers go out of their way to purchase products from women-owned businesses, but 80% of global purchasing decisions are actually made by women. So that's why it's important what female consumers' activities are. It's also important that most of you on the call are women, and recognizing your own global purchasing power in this too. So you have the ability to buy from women-owned products and services. You don't have to look for their certification and go through that. You can actually just look for the women-owned logo on their products. So the goal, as we mentioned, the goal is to make consumers around the world aware of the products available from you and increase overall sales of the product. So it's not only just a visibility campaign to say these are the kind of things that women are doing, but we also want your goods to sell. And this will help you grow your business, which is a shared goal of many WeBank and WeConnect International member companies. So the list of corporate members for WeConnect that I showed you, and also WeBank's corporate members, they want to see you not only produce high-quality products, but also to be able to grow your company. And these are some of the brands that are using the logo right now. Who is eligible to utilize the logo? We talked about this. You have to be WeBank certified or WeConnect International certified. And again, if you have any questions about that, you can look at that right through our website. And then implementing the logo as a WBE. So this is the meat of what we're going to talk about. And you can get a sense of how other people are doing it and where you can add it to your product. Again, while the logo itself is consistent and we have guidelines, you can look at the different varieties of ways people put it on, and you can be a little creative with that. So this covers just a few of those ideas. So you can put it directly on the front of your packaging. So these are some of the women-owned products. You can see here, let me go to a pointer because sometimes they're a little bit small. Okay, so you can see here is the women-owned logo. You can see it here, here, and here. So that's directly on the front of the packaging. Looking at the nutrition label, you can also put it here. Here, the women-owned logo, you can see it in the bottom left-hand corner of your screen right here, or right by the QRC code. And you can add the logo with your other certifications. You can put it here. This company puts it near their non-GMO and their USDA. Another option, so this is the Smart and Sexy line of lingerie that's sold at Walmart, and because it's clothing, they don't want the logo necessarily to overtake the pretty design of their lingerie. So they have a hang tag that actually tells the product story on their tag or their packaging. So on the reverse side of the women-owned Smart and Sexy hang tag, there's actually a little story about Ariella, CEO and mother of 8, who's been doing business with Walmart since 1999, and how she collaborates with her customer. So that's a great idea, not only because it has the women-owned logo, it's incorporated into the brand, but it also allows you the opportunity to tell a little story about you and the customer you're doing business with. And a sticker. So if you want to do this right away, you can put a sticker right on your packaging, and here you can see some produce where the sticker goes just right on the produce. So this is good. Like I said, a lot of this is geared toward product companies, but this is where the service-based companies can also use the logo. You can add it to your website and a retail section if you have one. You can include it on your business cards or any other types of printed or digital material. So you can see here on the website, they've added it here, and then on the sales sheet, they've put it down here right above the ingredients. So for corporate member engagement, corporate members who commit to promoting the women-owned product are recognized by WBENC, and they're also recognized by WEConnect International. But this is just to give you a little idea, because many of WBENC's corporate members are also WEConnect International corporate members. This is how they'll be identified. You can identify them on womenownedlogo.com, and we'll look at that website in a second. There's an official press release announcing their commitment. There's an article in the WBENC President's Report and recognition. This is at the 2015 Women-Owned booth at WBENC's national events, but there'll be recognition at the Women-Owned booth next year. And so how are corporate members promoting the logo? We mentioned that it's not just Walmart. So here's a little bit about how in-store promotions look and how online promotions can look. So online, here you can see some folders with the Women-Owned logo. This is how it would look online when you go, okay, I'm going to select that, and it appears here. It also appears with, this is an Office Depot site. You can see that it appears with a bunch of other attractive things to consumers, like it's sold online and there's recycled content and there's the women-owned product and the logo there. You can also have a filter for women-owned products. If you look here, there's a category, and if you scroll all the way down, you go to women-owned and featured items, and they can use that to filter their products. On the online retail space, they can create a page dedicated to a collection of women-owned products. So you can see these are things that are made by women. And in store, there's various ways to actually highlight that a different product is made by a woman. Here, these are sort of stand-up presentations that you'd see when you're going down the store aisles. and in store. They can actually have a promotional display of a women-owned product in the store, and this would show you a little bit about how it would look. And flyers. So these are all things, you know, many of you, if you're not a big retailer, you know, the things like this, that might not be available to you, but something like a flyer certainly would be. And it's something you can also, this is good for you to know, because you can, as you're doing business with corporate members and they're interested in this, you can also have this, these ideas in terms of how you want to promote your product with them. And there's also the other idea for both in-store and online promotions are promotional events like Women-Owned Wednesdays. March is Women's History Month. That's a good month to buy women-owned. And this is just an example of a donation. You know, for every women-owned purchase, you can make a donation. So these are just some ideas that, that corporations can use. So if you're ready to get started, the next step is adding the women-owned logo to your website. I would say for many of you, it might be actually getting the women-owned logo. So again, for WEConnect International businesses, you can actually get it right from your eNetwork profile when you're certified. And if you have any questions, you can send an email to logo@WeConnectInternational.org. For WBENC businesses, you want to send an email to Laura, and I'll go back to that slide in a second and show you her information. I think it's right here at the bottom of this. Annotate that. Here's Laura's info. You want to decide how to incorporate the logo onto your packaging. So we gave you some ideas, putting it directly on, using a hang tag, that kind of thing. So you want to decide how it looks. A big question that people have is we also have logos in different languages now. So we have it in Spanish and French. And so if you're selling to Canada, for example, you might want to include both the English and the French logos. So how do you incorporate those? I think the important thing is if you're planning on selling it to a specific corporate member, then you want to coordinate with your buyer on how that's actually going to look. You can use both. You can use two logos at once, with English and French or English and Spanish. But you want to make sure what's going to work on your packaging. And most importantly, if you're already selling to a Walmart or a Macy's, you want to talk with them about how that packaging is going to look. And then let WBENC know. If you're WEConnect International certified, you can let us know so we can promote, we can do any promotion through our venues. That includes the WBENC President's Report and during national events. And I'm going to take you now to the Women-Owned Logo website, but I want to see if I can turn this over to Laura to see if she can actually add anything that I missed. So Laura, you have presentation privileges. I don't know if we can hear you. Okay. Okay, I don't think we can, I still think we can't hear you, but Laura, if you want, if you have anything to add in the chat window for the participants, please add that, and then we can,
Okay. Liz, can you hear me now?
Oh, I can, yes. Great.
Yeah, I had to call in through the computer, and okay, let me turn it up. I'm sorry, I'm feeling like a technical Slow me today. No, you did a wonderful job presenting. I think you hit most of the questions that I tend to get. One of the main things, and you did touch on this a little bit, is the Walmart. Are they the only ones who use the logo? And just to reinforce that categorically is no. They definitely were a wonderful partner in the creation of the logo and continuing to support the logo, but it's something that can be used on any women-owned product in any store shelves. So don't let, if you have relationships with like a Whole Foods or somebody else, don't let the creation by Walmart slow you down. And the other thing I'd just love to add is just the successes that we've had. Walmart, in addition to the creation of the logo, they've been doing a wonderful job doing some follow-up statistics and research on the success of the logo, which is really important in working on those long-term corporate relationships with our other members. And so their numbers have shown that products in store shelves with the women-owned logo on it have a significant increase in sales. And so just something to keep in mind that, yes, like the initial market research showed 90% of female customers are more likely to buy a product made by a woman-owned business, but the actual, in-store implementation of the logo is continuing to back up that fact. So it's just a really exciting time to be a part of this initiative, and we're right at the beginning, and there's a lot that we're going to be able to do, and we'd love to engage all of you in making the continuing to build the recognition of the logo and gain its identity internationally.
Awesome. Thank you, Laura. I'm glad that ended up working, because that I think that note about the sales is key. That we want to provide this to business owners because it's it's a value for you, but it's not just to say, hey, I'm certified. It's to say, buy my stuff. It can actually help you with sales, and our corporate members are looking at that, and so that'll be a value for them and for the business owners. So that's great.
Yeah.
I also wanted to show you just a little bit. Let's say you have a product and you're selling online, and you're like, well, if I'm not in Walmart yet, or I'm not in Whole Foods yet, what kind of visibility am I going to get? We mentioned putting it on your website, which I think is a great first step. But then also, I'm going to share my screen and just show you I'm taking the presenter privileges back.
Okay.
I want to share my screen and show you a little bit about what the Women-Owned Logo site does with the logo. Hold on. No. I don't even, now, Laura, I don't see you.
Do I need to give it back to you?
I think you do. You've got to give it back to me. You do that?
Oh, let's
wait, there I am.
Okay.
All right, I changed it. Okay.
Cool.
This is very advanced. We're doing a great job. Okay. It shouldn't be. It shouldn't be, but somehow it is. Okay, so let me share my desktop. So this is the Women-Owned Logo site, and so we went through, what the logo is. I think another place where we really want to highlight which companies are using the logo is here. So when we say, oh, let us know if you're using the logo, this is why. We want to make sure that we can put all of the logos up here. And I'm going to click on one that's actually a WEConnect International Business, which is Teach My. And this is the kind of information we will share with everybody that comes to the site. It's a little bit about the company, your product. Pictures of the product are great, and a little bit about the business owner. So this is just another thing that you can use, another tool for you, but it also helps us collect all of this women-owned, all of the women-owned logo products in one place, and again, start to build that visibility in the U.S. and also globally. So, and these are some of the companies that are using it. So that's one thing I wanted to share with you. The website has a wealth of information for you, and it's womenownedlogo.com, pretty straightforward. You can also go to the Facebook page, which is facebook.com/bywomenowned, and the Twitter handle, which people used a lot, I know, during the WBENC conference, which is @bywomenowned. So you can really, you can follow these products and get updates in real time on what's going on. So those are just some of the benefits of the logo. If anyone has any questions, you can certainly ask in the chat window. The next thing I want to show you is our next webinar, which is July 22nd at 11 a.m. We're going to have WBE's Christy Cook, the CEO and founder of TeachMy, and Kristen McMillan from Imprint Plus will actually answer the questions based on their experience. So I think once you download the logo and start using it, start putting it on your website, you might have a few more questions, and you might want to ask questions of people who are actually using it. You know, what's the advantage for them? Where did they put the placement in design? What did they consider in doing that? And which of their customers are interested in it? So they're going to be talking about all of that 2 weeks from now on July 22nd at 11 a.m. So I hope you will all join. And I'll send out the registration to everybody who attended this workshop, and that'll be going out also later on this week. So are there any questions? I don't see anyone asking questions in the, oh, here we go. Oh, great. We will also, Laura mentioned to me, we'll also tweet out news for women-owned businesses. For example, if your product is hitting Walmart shelves or it's appearing somewhere, we will definitely tweet that out and promote that for you as best we can. Okay. Well, I think that's a lot to cover. So you have a lot to think about. Definitely start uploading those logos. We're going to have a Twitter chat at the end of the month where you'll be able to actually send us pictures, and I'll be retweeting them all together. So you'll get more information about that. So, but for now, I look forward to seeing you at our next webinar on July 22nd, and I look forward to answering any questions you have offline. So, and thank you very much to Laura for your slides and your participation. I really appreciate it.
Oh, it's my pleasure.
Thanks, everybody. Have a great day.